One of the benefits of owning a Jeep Wrangler is being able to put the top down in the summer, and I do that as often as I can. But I gotta tell you, hot sun on a black Jeep with black leather interior can get uncomfortable fast. Luckily, the aftermarket provides quite a few options to solve that problem. When I put a mesh top on my TJ, Spiderwebshade was really the only game in town. There are quite a few companies now making mesh tops for Wranglers, and while I wanted to go with Spiderwebshade again based on the quality of the TJ top that I had purchased, I was tempted to go a different route this time based on pricing alone. The price of the Alien Shade was less than half of the retail price of the Spiderwebshade. In the end, I decided to go with Spiderwebshade again because I knew that I could depend on the quality, and I do like the fact that the Spiderwebshade is made in the USA. As you can see in the video, I decided to go with a tan top on the 392. In the past, I had ran a black Spiderwebshade on my black TJ, and it looked really good, but I wanted to shake things up a bit this time. My initial intent was to choose a color that would play well with the bronze accents on the 392. The tan on the Spiderwebshade is a bit lighter than what I had expected based on the images that Spiderwebshade has online, but in the end, I'm still happy with the look. I also like the fact that the lighter color reflects sunlight and probably adds to the cooling capabilities of the top. Just so you know, the top appears lighter in this drone footage than it does in real life, but I would describe it more as a sand color than I would the tan that Spiderwebshade shows online. I also decided to go with a two-piece on the JL. They offer both a one-piece and the two-piece, which they call the JL'kini. And I like the idea of flexibility, being able to just run the front shade when I have the hard top on. And that's why I decided to go with a two-piece. I'm not going to do an install video for this product. As a matter of fact, I don't think I have the patience to do an install video for any product. And Spiderwebshade has instructions online. I will, however, give you some pointers that will make installing this product much easier. Before even starting the installation process, the first thing that you should do is take these tops out of the packaging, lay them out in the sunshine for a few hours to loosen up. Installing the front shade is pretty easy. The most intimidating part of that process is lowering the windshield. Now, Spiderwebshade will tell you to take the windshield wiper arms off the Jeep and fold the windshield all the way down onto the hood. I didn't do that. I propped the windshield wiper arms forward, took the 4 bolts out, and just moved the windshield 4 or 5 inches forward to give myself enough room to attach the clips to the frame above the windshield. Once you get those front clips installed and the windshield put back in place, installing the rest of the front portion of the JL'kini is straightforward and easy. The same cannot be said for installation of the rear section. And this is where the tips that I'm going to share in this video will make the installation process much easier for you, hopefully save you some time and save you some frustration. One of the features that I preferred on the Spiderwebshade as opposed to the competition is the fact that they are not using the bungee balls, or what they called in the past spider balls, for all of the attachment points. I like the integrated look. It's cleaner on the Spiderwebshade. The challenge is the attachment points for the bungees can rub the paint on your rear roll bar. To solve that problem, in the package, Spiderwebshade provides some clear 3M paint protection film that you need to apply to the rear roll bar before you install the web shade. The challenge is, if you look at the instructions, the two smaller pieces appear to need to be placed in the center of that section, when in reality they need to go forward. So what I should have done is laid out the Spiderwebshade on the rear roll bar before I decided to apply the 3M product. I actually needed to remove those smaller end pieces and then reapply them to make sure that they were under the attachment point of the bungee. Another tip that I have for you is to start from the back and work your way forward. You do not want to be pulling on those rear bungees with a lot of force trying to get those bungees on last. The web shade is exceptionally tight, and if you're pulling and applying a bunch of pressure on the rear, you risk scratching your paint or ruining the paint protection film that you have already applied to the roll bar. The other reason that you want to work your way from the rear to the front on the back portion of the web shade is because you need to loosen the aluminum nub a bit on that rearmost attachment point so that you can get the bungee in the groove. There's no way I could get it in the groove without loosening that nub, attaching the bungee, and then tightening it, just because of the angle that the bungee needs to take to get to that attachment point. The other tip that I have for you is to watch this video closely, even slow it down if you like, to make sure that you are removing the correct screws on the trim pieces of the roll bar to attach the aluminum nubs. Looking at the instructions was not clear enough for me, and I needed to change a few of these around once I got the web shade laid out on the back portion of the roll bars. By the way, this video is taken on the passenger side of the Jeep. This last tip will save you quite a bit of time and frustration, and I wish I would have known it before I started the installation process. Getting the front spider ball bungees attached was pretty frustrating for me until I realized that I needed to thread the bungee through that space between the roll bar and the bracket for the door surrounds on the soft top. I didn't realize that at first. I was just trying to go around the bracket, around that L piece that the bolt goes through, and I just didn't have enough bungee to make things work. So take a good look at this image and make sure that you thread that bungee through that space and you'll be good to go. Final thoughts on the two-piece bikini for the JL. I love it. It's a game changer. It makes cruising in the Jeep with the top down much more comfortable, reduces some wind noise, obviously filters the sunlight that comes into the cabin, and I love the fact that I can park the Jeep with the top down and I don't have to worry about third-degree burns from the black leather seats when I get back in. If I had to do it all over again, I would probably choose a different color. I might go with the gray. I think that the gray would highlight and complement some of the accents on the 392 a little better than this light colored tan does. And I would probably go with Spiderwebshade again just because I'm a bit of a fanboy. I love the fact that they were the innovators in this space. I like the fact that it's made in the USA. But I'm sure the other brands would work just as well. So with that, I'm going to close. Like, subscribe, tell all of your Jeep fanatic friends about the channel. Take care.